Scooper Police here, and we have a new rumor that could be leading us into a lot of things that we've heard about Superman and building up to Supergirl. Without further ado, let's get into the video because we got a good amount to talk about. So to start off, this came from My Time to Shine. David Cornsweet has a cameo in Supergirl. It's a flashback of Supergirl arriving to Earth with puppy Crypto, and Superman opens her ship, smiles, and says, "Hi there." And I think that's where it kind of makes sense because if you guys don't know, once again, spoiler right now for Superman the film, you were warned. The film ends with Superman returning to the Fortress of Solitude. Supergirl makes an appearance, retrieving Crypto, who she had left in Superman's care. The final scene features Superman watching a recording of his family, but instead of Jor-El, he sees his adoptive family. And I think that's better because obviously his homeworld doesn't really mean anything to him, besides like the obvious, but his Earth family means more to him. Also, it ties in that they were saying that I guess she lent him to watch Crypto for about a week and a half or something. I'm assuming that's when the Supergirl film takes place, and she comes back and apparently she's drunk. So with that being said, it's giving her more of a sorority kind of girl kind of thing going on. I think it's going to be funny. I think it's going to be good, but I also think Supergirl's going to be a way better film. So it's just that. But next up, we're going to talk about even more. So, rumor, DC Studios is considering moving Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow to May 1st, 2026. That was originally Avengers Doomsday spot. This came from Thwipt. In my honest opinion, Thwipt is 50-50, but at the same time, if that's true, that's going to give her her own chance of running without competition for the box office, because if you guys remember, now Avengers Doomsday got pushed to December, where it's competing against things like Shrek, Ice Age, and a lot of other films along those lines. Next up, we got to talk about some amazing news that's probably going to help Superman on the international front. A New York judge on Wednesday denied the Shuster Estate's bid to block the international release of Superman. The DC Studios film is set to take flight worldwide without issues on July 11th. And that's huge news because if you guys don't know, they were trying to block Superman from Canada, from the UK, and from a lot of other places. But it seems now the judge is like, nah, sorry, it's all said and done. It's coming out, which is good news for us. But next up, check this out. If I remember correctly, we got some popcorn buckets and they look great. So starting off with number one, this is the original popcorn, right? And take in mind, these are all from the UK. So if you are from the UK, please let me know. We can talk about it in DMs on Twitter or something. I will buy these from you. I need these, please. So this one, not so much. This is the tin bucket, $5.99 without popcorn. Not sure what it's supposed to be. I don't know the conversions to pounds. I think it's like 11 or something along those lines, but I'm not sure. Next up, I think is a really cool one, which is the popcorn machine bucket, $29.99. And this is the coolest looking one. He is laser beaming through the glass, heating up the butter or whatever's up there. It's supposed to be the popcorn. It's shooting out. It's got the symbol and it looks like a glass case. You can't tell me this is probably one of the best popcorn buckets ever, next to the Alien Romulus Nightlight one, which is amazing. Next up, the Gripper. The Gripper. This is exactly like the Deadpool and Wolverine ones, I'm assuming. It's the same material, I'm assuming. It even has the cape, the yellow top, and it comes with the trunks without drink. I'm not sure why these keep saying like without food, without drinks, because where I'm from in the United States of California, when you buy a bucket, you get the popcorn. When you buy a drink cup, you get the drink with it. So I don't know. And last but not least, I think this one is really cool. Check this one out. This one lights up, so everything's gonna light up around the crest. I think that's actually pretty cool. $24.99 without drink. That's a little excessive, but once again, it's probably like a rimmed kind of like plastic material, like a little bit harder. So I'm assuming something along those lines. Still looks really cool. But that's where I'm going to bring it back to the information that we started off with. And that is that David Cornsweet has a cameo in Supergirl. It's a flashback of Supergirl arriving to Earth with puppy Crypto, and Superman opens her ship, smiles, and says hi there. Now, I truly really appreciate the fact that James Gunn is kind of connecting everything into a bigger story, but at the same time they're their own story. So you have Superman, it's its own book. You have Supergirl, it's its own book. You have, you know, the Authority. You have all these other characters and they're all building up, the Green Lanterns, everything. But I like how now we're going to have Supergirl in Superman, and the confirmation was the Funko Pop. So if you guys don't think I'm right, it's okay, but it's there. And also Crypto. To then having it going, okay, well, why does he have Crypto? Why is this dog not listening to him? And it could go on and explain to you that Crypto's not actually his dog. Crypto came with Kara. Crypto's always Kara's dog. They come to Earth. Superman pulls him out of the ship, welcomes them and whatever. We don't know where Kara went from there, but this could give us a better explanation of why she actually isn't in the Superman film until the end, why she's fighting Lobo, why she's doing all these things, why she's off on her own journey of growth or whatever's going on, and figuring out why she's such a rebel compared to Clark, who's such a Boy Scout. Now, to me personally, I think that's a great tie-in. And then I'm thinking, if they do this like how they're doing, like these post-credit scenes, it could even top Marvel's, because for a long time, Marvel's post-credit scenes didn't necessarily always tease. You have a lot of open post-credit scenes that led to nothing, whether it being Eros, whether it being Hercules, whether it being, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness going into the dark dimension, and so many more different ones. But these ones, Gunn is tying together, because even though Gunn is not my favorite, he is a good storyteller, and he is very good with building up characters. So I'm hoping even just that little bit we get of Supergirl, it's going to tease so much more. It's going to give us so much more value, and as we dive deeper into her own film, and giving her possible growth spurt where she's going to be able to be an established character in what's said Justice League in the future. As we also heard recently that they do have a 5 or 6 year plan for their Avengers Endgame-esque thing, which obviously I'm assuming is going to lead to Darkseid or maybe Brainiac. We don't know. There's also a rumor tease about the second post-credit scene being something about Brainiac. So we don't know, but once again, this is so much information to be grabbing right now. I'm going to go more into DC content because I do like it. I'm not as informed in DC. I'm a Superman, Flash, and I've grown up with Batman. Besides that, I'm not a huge DC fan. But hey, let's grow together. Let's build this universe. Hopefully the DCU becomes successful, as also they mentioned that it's possibly going to have to break $900 million to be a success because of the marketing, because of the advertisement and everything else. And even with the save they got from filming somewhere else, it still drops them down to 250 plus the additional 150 million that they're going to have to add into the advertisement, the marketing. They're working with Dairy Queen. They're working with everything. So what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for Superman? Tickets go on sale in exactly 6 days, which has me pumped. I'm going to get my tickets. Got my Fantastic Four tickets yesterday, and I'm ready. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.